Hey everyone, Sombre here. I just got finished with some last changes to the Kislev nation, which I'm adding to the Warhammer mod for Dominions 5, and I haven't really had enough time to test it very well. So I thought I would do some testing and then maybe just record a single player game. Um, just I like to play through a bit of single player with any new nation that I've made or with any big changes that I make, just because I might spot something that's a bit different. Obviously, it's not as good a test as multiplayer, but that's what I'm going to be doing in this video, just playing a bit of single player Kislev. I've got the Sombre Warhammer mod. This is version 2, which is going to be released. I think by the time you see this video, I will have released it. And I'm also using the National Pop Type and Province Defense mod, so we won't be having indie province defense or indie recruits from the provinces. It'll be Kislev specific stuff. So let's make a new game. I think I will have a random map. Medium, this seems fine. Kislev single player. YT for YouTube. We're in the Middle Ages. And I will be playing as Kislev, Realm of the Ice Queen. I haven't done a video on Kislev yet, an overview or a quick introduction or anything like that. I might do one at some point, but you can learn a little bit about the nation just from watching me play here. Let's have really nasty AIs. Actually, because I'm going to be testing things out, I'll just put them on Master, and I'll have some vanilla Dominions nations in there as well, but let's make it a big game. I don't really intend on finishing it, like winning the single player game. I'm just going to play until I get tired of it. I think that's a better way of doing things. But I do want them to be land nations, so that's Shift L to turn them all into random land nations. So some of them will probably be Warhammer nations and some of them will be other nations. So this is Kislev. I'm not going to take you all through the commanders and units like I usually would, but for national overviews and things. But this is them. And I've not really thought through that much about what my pretended design is going to be here, so I'm going to make a fairly simple one. So let's have. I could do Father of Winters. I'd kind of like to have fire and water. I don't know if any of these actually have. Is there anything with in their selection that has fire and water? So I wouldn't mind having some extra attack power. Fire and water, I don't know how to pronounce that, but Dewey perhaps of Thunder? Dewey of Thunder, let's have him. Dormant should be fine. I quite want to try out cold weapons, which is frost weapons, which we can get with 4 water. Maybe we'll have swiftness, we can get with 4 air. Attack skill, +2 is probably going to be enough. So let's take attack skill. Superior morale is not the worst thing for overcoming repels, because a lot of our sacreds have low length weapons. We're going to have frost weapons and swiftness, and minor shock resistance is fine. I'm going to go order and production. I really want to have production. I did a little bit of testing, obviously, with Kislev as I was making them, and they have difficulty expanding without having high production to just churn out troops at the start. So we're going to go for some pretty meaty scales there. I'm going to take misfortune to offset the cost of that. Magic and drain I'll leave neutral. We'll take cold 3 because, you know, min-maxing purposes basically. Oh, maybe we can lose another point of misfortune. Yeah, that's fine. We probably don't need. This isn't like a super heavy bless. It's pretty nice, but it's not super heavy. We've got a pretender we can cast quite a few things with. I think that's probably fine. Tyrannus, yep. And I'll just leave all this default, I think, except maybe I want to have Thrones of Ascension. We'll just have Conquer All and not worry about. Well, no, let's leave Thrones on actually. Yeah, this is fine. Maybe I'll throw in another level 2. Fine. But as I say, I'm not really going to finish the game, so that doesn't really matter. Renaming is allowed. And we'll just create that random map. I'll just skip this. So we're in the game. In the beginning there was chaos, now the wheel has turned once again, something I think to myself all the time. So here we are, we've got a lot of surrounding provinces, which is nice. We'll be wanting to get these forests early because that will give us the resources we want. I'm going to prophesize one of my starting commanders and send the other one out. You can see he can do a double move, which is very nice for a starting scout. You have these nice Ungol scouts. I'm not going to be hiring any mercenaries because I want to test Kislev stuff specifically. Okay, what do we want to start off with? Well, wouldn't mind having a better commander. I definitely want some of my sacreds. I'm going to get a bear trainer early to be training me some sacred bears, though, to make use of that nice bless. And we could have some sacreds to buff up our front line. And I think that will be just fine. Not really anything I can get for 7 resources. So that's fine. Bunch of proclamations. We do have some Warhammer nations in there then, which is nice. What have we got around us? We've got Wolf Tribe. This looks fairly takeable. Deer Tribe should be pretty easy. And we've got the frozen rivers across there. Jaguar Tribe, we are a little bit low on protection, and so Jaguar Tribe actually can give us some trouble. That's also very doable. And that's Highlands, so we could get some resources there. Yeah, quite a few options. So our starting army is a bunch of axemen with shields and not very much protection, and then horse archers with no protection whatsoever. So we need to keep them a long way away from being shot. And you can see here is our sacred bear, the war bear. And in combat, he creates a pair of war bears as well. So we'll buff up our axemen there, and we will tell them to just attack. Let's pepper the archers. And our bear trainer, we'll keep our bear back. He's undisciplined. We can send him to be further away from the fighting. And we'll put the bear trainer at the front and then tell him to stay behind troops. So he should spawn a couple of bears at the front to, they're only for that battle, so they're kind of expendable. But this will help us have a bit more reliable expansion, I think. And let us go and we probably want more resources mainly, so maybe I'll go and pick off that forest as my starting point. And then second army, I'm not going to be able to get a second expansion force out. It'll take a couple of turns, so I'll have a starting wizard. The wizards available to you are the Ungol Crone, which is your kind of research mage with a bit of fortune teller. Actually, maybe that would be a good idea to do early on. This is your main mage, the Ice Wizard. And then you also have the Amber Wizard you may be familiar with from the Empire factions. The Jade Wizard, same thing. And you have the Grey Wizard from the Empire factions as well. So reasonable diversity, and then you've got an Ice Wizard Lord who comes with an extra level of water and an extra level of earth. So yeah, nice selection of mages. I'll just go for the Crone at the moment. I'll make some more Sacreds, and I think that we will accompany these Sacreds with... We've got something that's not very much in resource cost. We could get Kossars, they're 13, or Ungol Horse Archers. Let's just get some more Horse Archers. That's fine. Look at the huge range that we can run around in down here. I'm just going to see if there's anyone down here, because maybe this would be a good way to expand if there's no AIs that are going to pop into my way. Alright, first fight, Fairy Forest. There's the pair of bears. Archers blazing away. So I'm expecting we'll lose those bears, of course. They won't do very much. There's our undisciplined bear running in. So this one we would actually care about losing. He's genuinely one of our troops. And we can see our Sacreds are doing absolutely fine, just chopping through these guys. They're kind of buzzsawry with that extra attack skill and having cold weapons, or frost weapons. They can really chop through things pretty quick. Let's hope we don't lose our bear that we get to keep. Nice, what did we lose? A Gospodar Axeman, 2 Ungol Horse Archers, that's not ideal. But yeah, that's just the problem with having no protection whatsoever. And we don't lose our Warbear. I'll buy a point of defense. We actually have a defense organizer commander. He's got 2 points of that, so it's good to have them going around. It saves you a bit of gold having them going around boosting up your defense. But just put one there for now. Let us make an expansion force now. So we're going to want a priest to bless them. So I will do that. I will take a bunch more of those sacreds. And then with our not very many resources, can we get anything to help just fill out this size of this? Yeah, let's just get some, maybe some axemen. They're 28 resources. One Sarguard, that's fine. So this squad is quite happy to expand again. I think I'll just sweep around and do this. Just checking the mercs. But I'm not going to hire any. Go and look over there in case I can find anyone. So because we have the pop type mod on, we get no indies, but we do get to recruit axemen and Gospodar crossbowmen, and we also get the Ungol Crone if we can get a lab up. Doesn't require a temple, but you do need a lab. So if you can get multiple labs up, you can get really good research with Kislev. I may change that so they require temples, but at the moment it's just a lab they require. And you can have your basic commander, you can have scouts. So I think we will have another basic commander, and I will have one horse archer, and I'll get some more of those later. Off we go. Another battle. Let's just put it on fast. I'm fairly confident that we'll see a very similar thing. This militia is nice because we just chop them up and then it makes the enemy break quicker. They're not really a threat to us. The heavy infantry is a bit more unpleasant to deal with, but our sacreds should deal with them pretty easily. You can see the bears are actually doing okay. They're a big sack of hit points. They don't have very much protection, but they do have decent enough attack skill. They hit pretty hard and they do frost damage, so they're actually offensively not bad. They're just a bit weak to being chopped up, but they do have a lot of hit points. What do we lose? 3 Gospodar Axemen, that's fine. Gospodar Axemen are only 9 gold each, very quick to replace. Throw another PD down there. So, where is this little force going to expand to? This has some heavy infantry. I'm not terribly worried about heavy infantry, to be quite honest. I think I might do a hold and attack rear with these archers. Let's just have a few blessings and then you can cast spells. I'm going to go for this province. I think that's doable. And it will help with having more resources available. So, over here in this province, we've got our basic commander. He can come back and grab some more troops. And I think that we are going to start consistently recruiting some nice cheap troops here. What can we get? 9 resources we can get a crossbowman. That is very nice to be able to just mass crossbowmen. So we're just going to leave that on repeat recruitment for now. Getting crossbowmen. Maybe we could be getting a scout every turn. A scout every turn and some crossbowmen every turn from that province. Seems pretty good. Over here, let us have... I think we can start... we'll also have a scout a turn just for a bit, and we can start building up some more axemen. That would be nice. Is this force still strong enough to go attacking places? Of course it is. You can see that every month I'm getting 1 bear from him, so we're slowly building up a core of bears. That's why it's nice to get bear trainers early. And getting another fort up, making those would be great. That's a lot of wolf tribe, and wolf tribe are fairly good in melee, so that may not be quite such an easy one. I'm not sure about that. I would maybe want to join up my forces to do that. I think while I would love to do my cap circle, maybe I'm just going to step out here and hit this deer tribe that I feel a bit more confident in knocking through, and then maybe there'll be some troops over here to help. So this next expansion party, we could do another priest, but I want to get some site searching going with my ice wizard. So I'm going to have an ice wizard, and then I think I'm going to step away from the sacred for a moment. I'm sending a basic commander back. I think what I would like to have is some of their cavalry. So I'm just going to go for winged lancers because I can get quite a few of them. Wing Lancers are like cheap knights, is the way to think about them. Quite expensive in recruitment points, and their armor isn't so good, but they still hit very hard. They've still got the lance, they've got a decent attack skill, so yeah, pretty useful. And let's maybe back up these knights with, well, I'll just buy a crossbow and I've got some resources left over. We found Tylea, gonna have a look at them, or Tilia. But other than that, this area looks pretty clear to expand into. Let's roll on. Battle in Jome. Oof. It is quite a few deer tribe, slightly worrying. We've got this annoying barbarian chief who's going to get chopped up very quickly. Nice. I'm very glad to have the bears here being distracting and, you know, killing quite a few things. Oh, look, they've routed the archers. Isn't that fantastic? Even though most of my troops just ran past these guys. Yeah, that could have gone a lot worse than it actually did. We did fine in the end. But we did lose some people. We lost a war bear. We lost one of our sacreds, Brothers of Urson. That's a bit unfortunate, but that's fine. Maybe he was wounded. And then in Karnag, I'm kind of just relying on my sacreds here being strong enough to just bash through these militia and the weaker type of heavy infantry, the ones with the spears. Let's just leave this on fast. So we should just blend through those. Nice. And then our attack rear worked out absolutely fine with these horse archers. They went and chopped up some archers. So I don't think we lost one Ongol horse archer, but they're 18 gold each. That's no big deal. Let's send some scouts out. Vladimir off that way. Boris off that way. Province defense in each of those. Right. What do we have here? I'm going to put on the... I quite like having the income box on, so I can see the recruitment points and so forth. So I could recruit some things here in this province. Maybe we'll have another basic commander and I will start recruiting just more of these horse archers. I'd kind of just love to have loads of those horse archers. I don't know how effective that's going to be, but it would be fun, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll come back to that. This one that we've just taken, decent income, which is nice. Lots of heavy infantry. So I was going to take this just because it's in my cap circle and it's good income. So for taking that, definitely want to make sure that my horse archers are staying out of it. Everything else about the same, I would say. Let's go in there, and they will be joined by forces from the capital. So Ivan, your guys are going to... I think I'll just set them on attack rear and put them back a bit. And you can just fire your bow. And I'll bring a crossbowman as well, because why not? Do what you feel. So I hope that'll be enough to beat that with not very many casualties. I think I'll be okay, but that is a lot of wolf tribe, but they are pretty nasty in melee. So I'm kind of relying on the cavalry going round the back and butchering the archers and causing them to break. So I may even be better off there telling these guys to hold and then attack. They'll have to absorb some fire and some javelins and things, but it would give the a bit more time for these guys to go around and get the archers. The bears will keep everyone kind of distracted in the meantime. Here's Tylea. It's nice to see them. They're not expanding very well. Well, the AI sometimes doesn't do the best. Heavy cavalry. Jaguar type, heavy cavalry, militia and heavy infantry. I think I'll just go and take that and then see what else is available. You know, if I were in a multiplayer game, I'd be more concerned about securing kind of certain areas and stuff, but I'm just doodling around because it's a single player game. Let's have some more sacreds. We're going to want some more priests to lead the sacreds. What am I researching? I didn't even really bother to look at research. We've got various nice spells we might want to get to. getting Bears of Kislev up to just have tons and tons of bears might be quite fun. So maybe we will do Conjuration. Conjuration up to level 2 to get Bears of Kislev, and then let's have some Evocation. If we get Evocation up to level 3, we get Frost of Kislev, which is like a weak version of Falling Frost. So let's do that. And then research-wise, yeah, I don't know that I'm actually going to have another expansion force available, am I? So I'll just recruit some Sacreds. I won't recruit a Priest. Maybe I'll start getting some of their cool Bear Cavalry, because I assume people would want to see that. So you can only get one of those a month, so if I build up a few of those, that'd be nice. I will get a mage that is capable of casting us some nice bears, so I'll get an Amber Mage. And let's have some more infantry. We could do with saving up gold to get a second fort going quickly, but just some more infantry would be nice. I think I'm going to go with Streltsy. So Streltsy are somewhat heavy infantry, medium infantry, I guess, with that kind of protection, but good stats. They hit very hard with their Bardiche, and then they also have the drop bow, which is kind of like an armor-piercing javelin. They get a single shot with it. It's like a crossbow at short range. So I'm going to have a little group of those, and they're just cool. I like them. 16 resources left. Let's have... What can I get for 16 resources? A couple of horse archers. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, these are still recruiting away. We're still getting some scouts there. Cool. Not stellar expansion so far, just normal. Haven't really optimized for an expansion strategy or anything, just testing stuff out. So, Dunvale. This is where we're hoping that our cavalry will massacre their archers. That's the real plan. It's nice to see the warriors are off on the other side. We've got 2 barbarian chiefs there that we're going to need to deal with. But I think one of them will get obliterated by the lancers. Yep. Bears being distracting, lancers smashing into the archers. So these lancers will do great against these archers. And over here, the wolf warriors have been spread out a bit too much, so they're going to get chopped up. So this should be fine. Let's put this on fast. The bears are running. That's fine. And the lancers have completely mashed the archers. Cool. What did we lose? 1 Ungol horse archer. Pretty slick. Binoff or Binofay. Another one where we're just relying on our sacreds to mulch infantry. Now, they are going to have a bit more trouble with these guys. There's 5 of the sword type heavy infantry there. They tend to be a little bit tougher, but we hit very hard, so... Oh, yeah, no problem. The militia have run past and got to our priest. That's bad. And he's down. Yeah, that went very badly wrong because I just didn't stop the militia getting round. We'll have cleared out most of this province, no problem, but in the process, because we didn't have any other commanders, we have routed. Not ideal. A new famous hero. Is that a Druzinic? It's our prophet, of course. So where was it that we failed our expansion? Oh, wait. Hold on. We won because they routed quicker than we did. Nice. So what have we got left there? A handful of infantry, and then some other ones retreated there. Okay, there's actually more guys there. So we've got a commander in place to pick them up. That's fine. Let's send him just picking the rest up. And we're going to need to put a priest with them probably because they're sacred. So over here, I am going to have... I'll have another scout. And then I want a bunch of... we don't have many recruitment points here. Okay, so let's focus on stuff that requires a few more resources and fewer recruitment points. Let's just have some crossbowmen. I kind of want to just have tons of crossbowmen at the moment. Speaking of, we've got a bunch there. Lev Parnas. Go off and find some stuff. Same for you, David. Alright, we have Slaanesh nearby as well. Interesting. These are not really the best leaders. This is part of an issue with them. part of an issue with Kislev's basic guys is that they're not very good combat leaders. Ivan, your job is to stay here and recruit more crossbows. Or maybe, yeah, you can head back to the capital actually. These two can carry on their expansion. Can we beat some Jaguar tribe up with this force? So tons of slingshots will be hitting these guys, and then when they reach the back, slingshots will hit them. I think I can risk the horse archers. I don't really mind them dying that much. I don't want to break them up because it'll screw up their morale. In fact, why is their morale 0? Oh, it's because I'm just not a very good leader, so I don't give them a bonus. What? Okay. We can meet up with another force if we wanted to. Or we can't go over the mountains because it's frozen on one side. No, let's wait another turn. We've got need of some more priests, so I'm going to recruit another priest and another bear knight, and then some more sacreds. And we'll back up these sacreds with more Kosastreltsi. Another couple of them. Right, let's just keep an eye on Tilia and hang around there. Yeah, it's going okay. Haven't really gotten to any particularly interesting stuff yet. I guess we would like to get a fort up soon, but I'm still just throwing money into expansion. My income's not bad though, for this point in the game. Not too shabby. I'm glad that misfortune hasn't kind of caused me that many problems yet either. Forwards. Right. The thing to look out for here is, am I going to lose all my Ungle horse archers to getting shot in the face with a sling? My infantry should be fine. The bears will be a nice distraction and will kill a few people. They're not just a distraction. Oh, the lancers are doing well, and then the Ungol are charging in. Yeah, okay, that went great. It's surprising how good these can be. Because they're really fast, they get to strike first because they're high combat speed, and then they do have a hoof and a falchion. They can kill things. They just can't take a hit at all. So we've taken that. Can we recruit here? Decent amount of resources. So we could turn this into a province that just cranks out basic axemen for us. That might be kind of nice. Or maybe a mix of axemen and crossbows. Let's just do that. We can sweep those up later. We've actually got a decent number of crossbows here, so I would like to have a military leader go and pick those up. But I want to make sure that I don't just have the one leader in my expansion forces anymore, because that just cost me, as you saw. So let's put these archers over here. You guys hold and attack rear. I kind of want to keep them out of trouble as much as possible. The Streltsy will be pretty much up front with these guys in front of them. Your job is going to be to cast blessings. And then just cast spells. And these archers, maybe they can just hang out around the front here. I think that'll do just fine. Don't want to overthink it. So you're going to be expanding. I'd quite like to take that, but it's a tough province. Well, expand up there. I think there's some more troops. Yeah, there's some axemen to pick up, which will be good. And maybe we'll have a few more crossbowmen for them when they get there. Skavenblight. Oh, they've expanded all over there. Okay. Let's have a little look where they're going. Maybe just wait there. In a multiplayer game, I'd be going really heavy on the scout, so I had lots of information about where everyone is, but it's really less important in a single player game, so I'm just going to have the scouts out here, so just out of interest, just keep an eye on stuff, maybe see the enemy expand or something. This force still seems fine. We are losing bears constantly, which is a bit of a shame. Oh, they all died, I guess. They reverted to being in the middle. Let's put them back. Forwards. Heavy cavalry. I think that's fine. So normally I'd worry about heavy cavalry killing some of my sacreds, but if I've got the bear trainer at the front, I think the bears will just run in. And I will set these to hold and attack cavalry. I think that will be just fine. Oh, I might also want to make sure that you are specifically casting Divine Blessing and then Heavenly Fire, because Heavenly Fire will help kill the heavy cav off. It will target them preferentially. Stanislav, go that way. That's enough scouts for now, thanks. So this force really needs a priest to lead it. I have a priest in this army, so I could head back that way, or I could trust them to beat up some militia and archers. I think that's reasonable. Even without a bless, I don't know. It's a very small force, but I like to live dangerously, so I'm just gonna do that. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, if there's like 20 militia, 20 archers, militia really suck. I'm probably being really overconfident I'm going to lose now, but they really do suck. Good for sieges and stuff, but they're not good at fighting. So that force is all being moved out. Let's have some more mages. I would really like to get cranking with mages. Just get tons of them out, but really an option at the moment. Have some more sacreds, and then I think I'm going to use these high resources, lower gold cost of the Sargard and get some real nice heavy infantry there. I am spending a lot of my treasury on just kind of these troops around the periphery, and so they're going to get picked up. These guys could do with having an independent leader, and maybe I'm going to stop recruiting them. Maybe that's enough crossbowmen there. And over here, I think I want another leader actually, and then I'll fix this repeat recruitment next turn. So it's being a bit more sensible. Hmm. A Marauder Chieftain. So that's Slanesh or possibly Khorne, I guess, but probably Slanesh. We got our level of conjuration, so I can cast some Bears of Kislev now, just for fun. They're basically the same as those war bears, pretty much identical, just don't have a collar on. We get to see the Skaven attacking Three Pine Grove with mercenary pikeneers. Fine. I mean, I guess rats still pay you. So over here, the hope is that the militia just get incredibly beaten up by our unblessed sacreds. And then our horse archers do okay fighting the archers. Unfortunately, the commanders got in the way, but they still have... Well, they've routed. The independent army's routed, though. So yeah, that was a risk, but we only lost one horse archer, so who cares? You really can get cheap horse archers. It would be nice to get flaming arrows, and of course, our pretender can cast flaming arrows, but the nation itself doesn't have any fire magic. So, but we can field a lot of crossbows, and we can field a lot of composite bows as well. So, a bunch of heavy cavalry are going to kill our bears, but that's what the bears are for. You know, we can replace them easily enough. And then the lancers and our heavy infantry will just hack their way through what's left. That's fine. Lost a war bear. The bear trainer is a famous hero too. What kind of hero are you? You are a hero who is legendarily daft. uh, Good stuff. His leadership might go down so much he can't even lead bears around. Militias and heavy infantry. We can actually recruit some higher resource cost stuff here, so maybe this is a good place to just pump out these cheap axemen. Yep, you can carry on to there. This is our new dude. He's going to go and pick up some axemen. I'm going to stop recruiting there. And over here we've got our crossbow squad. That's another new province we took. So Demyan's force is looking very small. Heavy infantry and archers. And this force is looking relatively formidable. I think they're probably strong enough that I would feel happy running into the barbarians, but maybe I should play it safe and go up here. I don't know, barbarians are always surprisingly nasty. I think I am just going to go and hit this smaller barbarian province, though. I kind of want access to more stuff. Well, I could head up towards the throne if I wanted. I don't know, maybe I should just go for the bigger one, bite the bullet. No, let's take the smaller one, just see how we do. I'm overconfident against barbarians often, and that makes me underconfident, I guess, knowing that I tend to be overconfident. Demyan and Demyan, the brothers Demyan. Are they capable of taking out this group? In fact, I don't want you to do that. I want you to fire closest. That is the question. I think we can win that. You know? To me, that looks doable. More ice mages when we get our mini falling frost going. Be nice to just be throwing that around. Maybe I want another cavalry army coming. No, we're building a massive squad of heavy infantry, and I think I'm going to carry on with that. And maybe I actually want to lead them out and go conquering stuff next turn. I'm going to build a boyar, who is the better level of commander. So I'm going to have one of those. And I think I will back him up with... I've got one commander point left. In fact, maybe I'll just get two boyars and use them to replace some of my generals because they're just better generals. I'll go and do that. And I will have some... Do I want Gospeler Axeman? No, I'm going to keep pumping resource. The resource drain Sargard. There we go. Another big squad of heavy infantry. Let's just watch around the edges as the Skaven do their thing. You guys can move and have a look at that throne. Look around the edges of the Skaven. You can just wait there, that's fine. Right. Have we got enough income coming in that we're going to be getting our second fort? Really, I'm a bit slow on the second fort here. Where would I want the second fort? Over here, maybe, to expand into all of these areas? Seems like a reasonable place to get one up. I could just make a scout and he could get it started over there, so perhaps I'll do that. That's not recruiting anything anymore. Okay. Yeah, save a bit of money, do that. That's fine. How's our research? Do you want to summon some of those bears? Let's at least test it out. See if it's bugged. We could afford a casting of that. You get more if you have better nature, but you know, we don't, that's fine. Let's just see how many we get for that and see what they're like. Ooh, lots of battles. There's a Kislev, worked just fine. So we have 4 little bears, no collar, cute as can be. They are sacred, they are undisciplined, they bite hard. I mean, for 5 gems, nature gems, is that a good idea early on? Not really compared with the bear trainer, who gives you 2 in every combat that he's in. So maybe I need to work on the balance there a bit. It could be that the bear trainer's too good, or it could be that I've overcosted the bears. If you had a really good bless, this would just be a way of getting more of them, but then you could just have tons of bear trainers. So maybe the bear trainer is just a bit too good? I don't know. Let's just have him research for now. So, oh, we see Athel Lauren to the south, and Tomb Kings. Very nice. We get to see a battle. Ooh, let's watch this. Kind of a weird Skaven army. They've got some war engines. They've got a poison wind mortar. They've got all their cool stuff there. Don't see these very often. Night Runner slingers. That's cool. They're going to lose a bunch of them because the heavy cavalry is just going to mangle this side. But they've also got troops that do poison, so these heavy cavalry are going to get poisoned by the censer bearers. And then they've got these mercenaries, the wet ones. Yeah, I would think the Skaven would win this. Weight of numbers. And tons of poison hitting those heavy cavalry. All the heavy cavalry have broken the Skaven at the front there. Are they going to kill off the commander at the back? Yep. It just shows how strong heavy cavalry are, really. They lost a bunch of stuff they didn't really need to. And then any Umral, we've got Athaloran attacking, followed by us attacking. Oh wow, they've got a bunch of stuff. So we've got the Wild Rider Sacreds, Magical Cav. If they get blessed, they go berserk, but I don't think they've got anything here to bless them. Although maybe they got their prophets. They do, so they're probably going to be berserked. Tons of these archers, Way Watchers, quite a nasty army. And then they've also got some of these flyers, the Warhawks, and a little phalanx of Eternal Guard. Yeah, quite a nasty army. This is probably going to beat us up, the army that we've sent. But let's watch what happens against these Indies. These guys here, Wildwood Rangers, hit very hard. So there's the Berserk Cavalry just slaughtering stuff. This isn't in a forest, so the elves aren't quite as tough as they could be, but you can see they made short work of those Indies. Did they lose anything? 2 Wild Riders, okay. Wild Riders are not that cheap, so... And then we get to fight them in any Emerald. So I don't think our force stands a chance, but we'll see how they do. See what we manage to kill. You can see the damage coming in. That's mostly from these oh god, they're up on a hill. These Way Watchers. Because they do armor-piercing shots. The bears are fighting out on the edge against the Wild Riders. These guys could do some damage, the Lancers. They can certainly kill a few of these Wildwood Rangers. Ah, but they've mostly gone by them. We don't have enough Sacreds here for this to be a really nasty force. Honestly. We've got a couple of Wildwood Rangers going back, and they're going to fight our Prophet. I think he'll be okay against just 2 of them. Except our main force is routed here, so... Oh no, he's getting chopped up. Yeah, he's running away. Good that he's running away, but... And at the back, our Lancers are just kind of failing to do very much at all. Unfortunate. Bit of a horrible loss there. Lost everything. Didn't have very many Brothers Urson. I guess the worst thing we lost there was the Winged Lancers. I don't really mind that much about the others. Losing the Bear Trainer's not great, and our Prophet did die. That's interesting. We didn't kill very much at all. I guess we killed a couple of Way Watchers. That's always nice. They're 30 gold in version 2.0. Titan Steps. This is our underconfident / overconfident attack on barbarians. I went for the smaller group of barbarians. There's still plenty of them, and so I find that barbarian chiefs are nasty, but barbarians with mauls are not too much of a problem for me. These guys with the great swords tend to really chop people up and always cause me problems. So our Streltsy got a few kills with their drop bows, but are now going to do their real damage, which is just charging into melee. Our Bear Cavalry have come in on the side. This is bad. Our archers are not going to do very well there. The main force of barbarians has been chopped up though. We just have so much offensive output and they're really not very defensively strong. Okay, this was mainly just we hit them hard enough, quickly enough to secure the win in the infantry fight. But oof, we lost a few things. We lost one of our Streltsies. Oh, it's not that bad, but 8 Axemen's not great, and losing a Brothers Versen. They would like to lose those. Of course, in Dominions, when you're doing expansion in particular, you really just want it to be lossless. You have to accept some losses, but since independent troops are not terribly dangerous and are kind of predictable, it's always good to just consistently beat them without losses. So here we've got the problem that our sacreds are not really fighting to their potential because they're unblessed. I mean, they're still good heavy infantry, but our bless is not insignificant. It's a decent bless, so it would be much better to have a priest with them. So we've got a big treasury this turn. I'm going to construct a palisade. In case something attacks it, I'm going to throw Province Defense down. There we go. 20 will probably be enough to keep this stuff off. Or maybe not the Chaos Knights, but should be enough to keep those pikemen off. Maybe we'll just recruit some troops here as well. Let's have... Oh, we can't afford very much, can we? Dear me. Alright, a couple of crossbowmen. Lots of crossbowmen waiting there for a commander. I don't know if I've got a spare commander. I will buy one. I think we've had enough recruiting them. Right. This force up here and this force here, both of these could do with having these leaders, but one of them is going to lead my heavy infantry. And I'm somewhat concerned about the wood elves to the south. So let's say that my heavy infantry is going to head out there and maybe hit these indies. I don't really need to give them any particular orders at the moment. And I'm going to send my other Boyar, who is a decent general. Kislev doesn't get the really good leadership, but 80's okay. And he gives them a morale bonus. He is going to head up to this province, where I will give him some more troops. Oh, we don't have very many recruitment points, so here it's just about doing some resource sink stuff. There we go. Since I'm going to do that, am I able to expand with this force? They're still pretty strong. I definitely want to keep these guys with the priest. What I'm going to do is leave these troops behind. Keep these with the priests. Forces, and do that. We've got a decent target here, do we? Oh, well, I don't know. Beating up some Zots. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can manage that. Send him in there. I don't know, actually. I mean, I guess we can wait here for the better leadership. That might be worth doing. And for more troops to arrive, obviously. And then fight the barbarians. But it seems a waste to not just have these guys going out chopping stuff. I think I'm just going to move in there, and then I'm going to send this commander down here to pick up these crossbows, and then I don't have to recruit another one. And I can have some more crossbows. Mr. Scout, I don't know, just wait there, it's fine. You don't really need to do any more scouting for me. I guess just go over there. Not terribly scary army there. I could join up with my other forces, or I could go pick those guys up. I think I'm going to go and pick those up, and let's... that's fine. So we could get some stuff attacking us here, so I'm going to throw a little bit of province defense in. I'm just going to throw 6 on each. These are all provinces that could get hit. Nothing over there could. Right, and then we've got these troops that we need to form into a single army and maybe go and hit these barbarians, although it's just a waste province. It's not terribly exciting. I'm kind of fine with just those two going. It's barbarians. A bunch of them should die from the crossbows. I don't know. It's risky, but whatever. I'll just do it. YOLO. We don't have very much money this turn, so I'm going to just go for resource expensive stuff. I'm not even going to go sacreds, I think. I'm just going to buy a bunch of Sarkard. Yeah, it's just a resource sink turn, but we want to spend our command points. So we definitely need more priests. Let's do a priest. Let's do a priest and a bunch of Sargard. We're going to have tons of resources because of our high production, and that allows us to just pump out Sargard, who are very reliable heavy infantry. But given that we can recruit better stuff, have we got anything out here that's recruiting? Yeah, I think we need a bit more gold at home, so let's stop recruiting some of those and get some more Sargard. Any other places where we're pointlessly recruiting things? Maybe that's not the best place to recruit. We can get another few axemen maybe. And up here we are recruiting guys. That's fine. We need them up there. Maybe that doesn't need too much defense because there's an army moving there right now. That frees up enough for us to get another couple of Sarkard. Cathedral of Rock. Are the Zots going to snipe my commander? No, good. That would have been embarrassing. Yeah, these Zots suck. Even if this isn't a cave. Just don't have the quality. This is a little bit of animate skeleton going on. These are D1s, so... Yeah, it's over. Red Waste. Ooh, I don't know about this. No, this was a bad plan. Look at all these guys with great swords. This is more barbarians than I was expecting. And I have been overconfident here. Well, let's just kill some of them, I guess. Are we going to kill some? Yeah, just one or two. No. It's gone horribly wrong. Oh, wow! Oh, wow! Okay, hang on. Let me rewatch that. I guess we just killed their leader? Let's have a look. Okay, barbarian chiefs. One here. That's it. Just one barbarian chief. Okay, so the barbarian chief takes something to the dome. I think a crossbow bolt or maybe an axe. Yeah, there you go. He died literally straight away. He ran straight into my heavy infantry and got whacked. And so, of course, they get another round of charging at me, and then they rout. Well, there you go. Sometimes going YOLO works, even though it's not for the reason that you think. Magical bird. No site searching done so far. Turn 10. Expansion's gone okay. Not massively exciting, but fine. We would now want to do site searching and consolidating our borders a bit, I think, and definitely cracking on with these forts. So for our research, the plan with Kislev, I think, really is get a fort up, get a lab up, a couple of labs in the independent provinces. Well, sorry, unforted provinces even. You don't need to have a temple, but having unguarded labs is sometimes a bit dangerous. And then make tons of crones. Because the Ungol crone is a relatively gold efficient researcher, has fortune teller, and you'll eventually get one with blood, maybe 3% chance, but doesn't require a temple to recruit, and you can recruit it outside of forts. So you could just have a lab in a province and make them, which is kind of cool. So that's kind of your ramping up research plan right there. Sargard. Am I sending these guys out with this priest? I can't really remember what the plan was there. Obviously, we've got a big chunk of heavy infantry here, and a bunch of those are sacred, so it would be nice to have a priest marching along with them. Maybe we can consolidate here. Maybe we'll attack the Wood Elves. Maybe, yeah, take it as a bit of a revenge thing, possibly. It did kill one of our... It was obviously not an active war, it was just an expansion bump. Maybe we'll get an expansion bump there. Ooh. That could be bad. Not sure. But anyway, we're going to attack. In the spirit of only living once. So, we've got another little force here. Not strong enough to go be attacking the Tomb Guard. Maybe strong enough to take out some Deer Tribe. You know what? It's YOLO season. Let's do it. Big lot of crossbows here. I think their job is just make sure that never gets taken, that fort. So we'll just hang out there for now. Yeah, we could use some infantry to go with them. Ooh, well, I don't know. Because I've got infantry. Yeah, maybe just move down here and make a super big, strong army. That's fine. This isn't under that much threat. What can we afford in the capital this turn? Well, we can go back to making sacreds. Let's have our bear cavalry sacred as well. And let's have more ice wizards. Just ice wizards. Let's just go ice wizards. They're relatively aggressively costed. The Frost of Kislev spell should be quite good for them. Let's keep doing it. And let's also pump out a billion Sargard because we've got a surfeit of resources. I would say maybe I could have gotten away with production 2. I really like that production 3 lets me, helps me with the expansion, but looking at this lack of recruitment points compared to resources, even buying these, I suppose I've got the Knight of Urson in there. Yeah, maybe if I take him out. Even so. But still, Sargard are very nice. I like them very much. I like having heavy infantry in general in the Middle Era. They're not as heavy as the infantry of some other forces, particularly in the Warhammer mod, of course. This was our jammy victory over the barbarians. For non-UK listeners, jammy means lucky. Let's go and pick up some more basic infantry with this guy. You can't really do any expansion or anything, can you? No. Maybe I just want you to kind of head home. And up here, of course, we have a not very impressive force. We could meet up and fight these barbarians. I think that's the thing to do, is to go and take these barbarians out. So frontline force, lots of infantry, some of which are going to fire bows. Bears attacking rear. Fire closest, please. Just shoot barbarians. Yep, I think that will have to be that. Mr. Scouts, keep riding on. You could just wait there, that's fine. And you can wait there. Don't really need the information these scouts are giving me. I'd like to get a lab up over there. And I'd quite like to just site search in general. So maybe just a tour going around site searching 2 and 1. That's probably fine. We've still got a fair bit of money, which I'll be using for a lab next turn. I could have a temple if I wanted, I guess. This province, have you got elite? Yeah, I've got some guys moving there, so we could build some more troops here. I think I might like some more. Ooh, we don't really have the recruitment points, just 2 tons of cavalry there. Maybe I should reduce the recruitment point cost on these a bit so that they're a bit more spammable, not just from high population provinces. Yeah, that might be something worth doing. I do have the free infantrymen, which are kind of decent fighters. They have 2 nice attacks, but For 10 gold, maybe not. If there's turmoil, because you're in somebody else's scales and they've got turmoil, you're not likely to take it yourself. You do get them cheaper, which could be nice. I think we just want more axemen, given that we're maybe going to be fighting wood elves down here, so we'll just recruit some axemen. Hold the line stuff. I think I'll just play this one more turn, and then call it there. I'll probably make this into a series and do some more in this single player game if people are interested, so you can let me know in the comments if you want me to do more of this. But I kind of just did it because I wanted to test out some Kislev stuff and show it off a bit without making an overview one. Just thought I'd record while I played. Pugria, we beat up some deer tribe. Kaseftia? Seftia? I guess it's Seftia. Skaven against Rubbish. Skaven probably still lose a bunch of stuff. Yep, pretty common for them. That's just the rat way. This should be absolutely fine. Right, I want to see if in this mixed squad the Streltsy actually fire their weapons. Because they're mixed in with other infantry. I think they will fire their bows. No, they don't. They just act as infantry. So that's a less than ideal way of using them. Ooh, that's a bit of a worry. This group coming around the side. Bear cavalry is going to come in and make sure we win that fight, I think. But I can ignore that combat and let's just look over here. Oh, a poor priest. he's just 1 year into retirement as well. Well, we can maybe fight enough to stay alive. No, the priest died. We've still got another leader here. We've got our boyar. We've had a bit of a problem of not protecting our priests and leaders enough, haven't we? Oh no! The swordsman chopped us up. The bear cavalry are okay, if a bit worse for wear. Our armies are routed. Have their armies also routed? They haven't got any leaders on the field. But they're going to rout. We're going to rout faster than them, I believe, so we'll lose. I think. Although this bear has become crippled, so we'll take a long time to rout. Well, this is it. This is a battle of who is slower. Is it the crippled bear, or is it the crippled barbarian? I'm going to hit next a bunch of times. Whoever runs first, they lose. And the answer is... I think they ran first. They did. Amazing. Oh, that's very dumb. Well, we won, but that was very stupid. We lost, yeah, 6 brothers. Oh, dear me. Hey, whatever. Win's a win, right? This is our big heavy infantry block, which we would expect to perform fairly well against anything, really, because they're just bruisers good at fighting. They'll just grind their way through. Yeah, I don't know that they would beat that Wood Elf army that we were looking at before, but oof. Unpleasant. Yeah, probably wouldn't beat this Wood Elf army, but they did just fine then. So I think I'm going to leave this here, and I'll come back and maybe make this into a series of videos, but hope you've enjoyed watching a bit, and I will have released Warhammer version 2.0, so you can have a go with Kislev yourself and let me know what you think of them. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.